وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أتخذ من دونه آلهة أن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعته شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعد من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسله منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالأرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أن حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثل ما يركبون وإن نشاء نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيه من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنؤتوا من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يحسمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون واليوم لا تظلموا نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلى ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم أزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناه على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن عمره نكسوا في الخلق أفلا يأكلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحيق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وظللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذ من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أن خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا نسي خلق قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعلكم من شجر يحصر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العظيم صل على محمد وآله سورة المباركة الفاتحة
Huseini ya Maula ya Maula ya Maula 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 Thirsty Ruqayya Thirsty Abdullah we just need water Father, some water. Where's your flag bearer? Where's your flag bearer? Son of Fatima, son of Fatima. Huseini ya Maula, ya Maula, ya Maula. Huseini ya Maula, ya Maula, ya Maula. Huseini ya Maula, ya Maula. Hussein's all alone, Shah Qasim has gone, Ali Akbar's gone, Abdul Fa is gone, even Abdullah, Hussein wa waila, even Abdullah, Hussein wa waila, Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla, Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. Zainab cries Allah, where's Abu Abdullah? Where's Ali Akbar? Where is Abdullah? Where's my Alamdar? Where's my flag bearer? Where's my protector? Where is my Abbas? Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. 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 Now the tent's on fire, Shaka Ruqayya. Zainab, have you seen Zainul Abidin, ill and locked in chains? Zahra cries in pain, my Hussein is slain. Where is my Hussein? Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. 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 Your head on a spear, my eyes are filled with tears. Your body trampled, why were they so cruel? And it still hurts me, and it still hurts me that you died thirsty, that you died thirsty. Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. Hussein ya Mawla, ya Mawla, ya Mawla. Hussein, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla. Zahra cries Hussein, Zainab cries Hussein, my tears cry Hussein, my heart cries Hussein. Hussein cries out last, Hussein cries out last. Where is my Abbas? Where is my Abbas? Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. 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 Children cry in thirst, where is my Abbas? Abbas cries in pain, children, I've been slain. I can bring water for you, Ruqayya. I can bring water for you, Ruqayya. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. 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 Cries of Allah Tash, but I am Abbas. I will bring water for Hussein's daughter. But they ambushed me, but they ambushed me. Master, forgive me, Master, forgive me. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. 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 He won't quench his thirst, for Hussein comes first. With his arms cut off, still won't taste a drop. Blinded by arrow, blinded by arrow. I cry in sorrow, I cry in sorrow. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. 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 Women and children were slapped and beaten. Children cry in fear, Zainab full of tears. Oh my brother dear, oh my brother dear, I wish you were here, I wish you were here. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. 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 Saviors of Islam, I send my salams upon you, masters. When I drink water, all my love for you and my life for you, I will be my chest. I will never rest. I will give my life. I will sacrifice in my life always. Your flag is raised high. In my life always. Your flag is raised high. Hussein, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. Hussein, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. Hussein, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla, Ya Mawla. Abbas, flag bearer, flag bearer, flag bearer. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Let's recite one more loud salawat for the kids. Allahumma salli ala. Brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum. It's nice to see everybody here, inshallah. Just a couple of short announcements before we begin the program for tonight. Let's first start the program with remembering those that are no longer amongst us. We had news as well today of the passing away of Marhuma Leila Bai Sheni Deuji. And she is actually the aunt, the mami of Sister Siddiqa Dala and Sister Maryam Jiwa and my mother as well. So let's write Surah Fatiha for her as well as all the marhumeens in our family, inshallah. Bismillah. Just a reminder as well that our programs, inshallah, are scheduled to begin at 8:30. We recognize that namaz time doesn't always allow us to make it here, so we'll open the mosque every night at 8 p.m. The Syed Tayyab has also agreed to be here by 8 o'clock every day, and we can have prayers together as well. So for those of us that are struggling to make it here after namaz, we'll have namaz over here by 8 o'clock, inshallah. I know I said a little bit about Syed Tayyab yesterday, but I'll just reintroduce him for a brief second for those of us that weren't here yesterday. Syed Tayyab is a native of Southern California, as many of you may know him. He has a degree in biology and was a licensed nurse before he moved to Najaf, and he spent 7+ years in Najaf, and inshallah aims to return back for several more years after Arba'in. For those of us that do know him, he comes from a long lineage of alims that lead all the way to our 7th Imam. His main focus of education was on aqaid and tafsir of the Quran. He currently resides here in Southern California, as I said, and will be moving back to Najaf at some point, inshallah. So with a loud salawat, I'd like to welcome Syed Tayyab Mosavi, Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, salawat.
على محمد وآل محمد. Please recite Surah Fatiha for all of your marhumeen, for all of the mu'mineen who have marhumeen, for all the marhumeen mu'mineen that do not have anyone to pray on their behalf. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يوصينا معه العدون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون الذي لا يدركه بهد الهمم ولا يناله غوث الفتن الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نعت موجود ولا وقت محدود ولا أجل ممدود فترى الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته ووتد بالسخر ميدان عرض ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وحبيبنا وحبيب رب العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعن على أعدائهم أجمعين من أول يوم ظلمهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المبين وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا إلا المودة في القربى. صدق الله العلي العظيم. The first of our salawat in honor of Amir al-Mu'mineen and Sayyidat al-Nisa al-Alameen. The second of our salawat in honor of Hassan and Husein, the masters of the youths of paradise. And finally, with the loudest of your voices, the last of our salawat in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Syed Zaman alayhi salam. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As Islam started spreading and people began to realize the truth behind Kalimatullah ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, when people began to realize the truth behind this phrase of there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is His messenger, there came a point in time when these same people, they wanted to thank the Holy Prophet for everything that he had done. There came a point in time when they wanted to thank the Holy Prophet for taking them out of the ignorance or the darkness of polytheism and bringing them all into the light of monotheism. And when they wanted to thank the Holy Prophet, what did they do? They brought the Holy Prophet as much gold as they could. They brought to the Holy Prophet as much silver as they could. They brought to the Holy Prophet the finest of cloth that they could find, and they brought to the Holy Prophet the finest of jewelry, the finest of pottery that they could find. And they presented it to the Holy Prophet. These people still now, this is in Medina, these people still had not realized that the Holy Prophet did not come to take any of these things from them. The Holy Prophet had come to give them the best of this world and give them the best of the world that is to come. But when they kept insisting that the Holy Prophet take something from them, that is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals this verse of the Holy Prophet where He says, قُلْ لَا سَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمَوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O my Prophet, tell them that I do not ask of you any recompense, I do not ask of you any reward for this, except the love of my nearest of kin. If you want to thank me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you want to thank the Holy Prophet for what he's done, if you truly want to thank the Holy Prophet for taking you out of shirk, for taking you out of polytheism and bringing you into monotheism, then the only thing that is asked of you is to love the Holy Prophet's nearest of kin. As soon as this verse was revealed, the companions were sitting around the Holy Prophet. One of them stands up, he says, Ya Rasulullah, this qurba, who are the nearest of relatives that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made wajib for us to love? Who are, salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The Holy Prophet is asked, who are these nearest of relatives that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us to love? At that moment, the Holy Prophet says that they are Ali, Fatima, and their two sons, Hassan and Husein. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa So it doesn't matter if you're Shia. It doesn't matter if you're Hanafi. It doesn't matter if you're Maliki. It doesn't matter what school of thought in Islam you belong to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you have to love the Ahlul Bayt of the Holy Prophet. The Ahlul Bayt. Which brings us to tonight's lecture. One of the personality that we will discuss in this lecture is no other personality than the third of our Imam. This holy personality, 57 years he lived on this earth. Yet most of us only know about the last year of his life. 57 years. What happened to the 56 years? 1, 2. We talk about this holy personality every Muharram. Every third Shaban we talk about this holy personality. But how many of us actually walk the path of Imam Husain alayhi salam? How many of us actually try to walk the path of Imam Husain alayhi salam? I'm not talking about the path of Shahadat. No, inshallah, when that time comes, we all pray that that path is given to us. But how many of us actually act like to say that we are a Shia of Amir al-Mu'minin, to say that we're Shia of Imam Hassan, to say that we're Shia of Imam Hussein? What does that mean? The word Shia, it means that you put your foot where they put theirs. Wherever the Imams put their feet, it's necessary if we call ourselves their Shia, we put our feet. So what was the character like of Imam Husain alayhi salam? If we know what his character was like, then do you and I follow in that character? 1, 2, why is it that the Shia know so little about Imam Husain's life? If I was to ask the majority of people, can you tell me one narration from Imam Husain alayhi salam, how many of us would know? From Imam Husain, not the Holy Prophet, not Amir al-Mu'minin. From Imam Husain. Not many of us would know. If I was to ask one event other than Karbala that happened in the lifetime of Imam Husain, not many of us would know. If I was to ask one miracle of Imam Husain, how many of us would know? How many of us would know? Isn't it sad when it comes to Amir al-Mu'minin's life? If you ask what is one saying of Amir al-Mu'minin, people say, you want me to tell you about a saying? Go read Nahj Balagha. There's sermons of Amir al-Mu'minin. Isn't it sad that when it comes to the miracles of Amir al-Mu'minin, we know every single miracle of Amir al-Mu'minin, from where he makes a dead person talk to where he has the son come back. But when it comes to a miracle of Imam Hassan alayhi salam or Imam Husayn alayhi salam, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. Imamat started with Amir al-Mu'mineen, brothers and sisters. It didn't end with Amir al-Mu'mineen. Up until the 12th Imam, all of these Imams, they performed miracles. Up until the 12th Imam, all of these Imams, they had narrations. So why is it that we focus so much of our attention on Amir al-Mu'mineen? But after Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, how many of us actually knew that Imam Hassan alayhi salam actually had khilafat for a couple of months before Muawiyah completely took it away? If you ask the Ahl Sunnah, they say Imam Hassan alayhi salam, he's also considered one of those Khalifat al-Rashidin. Some of them say that. But many of us didn't even know that he had khilafat in his hands. Isn't this what is sad? That we don't know anything about those two that we claim are what? The leaders of the youths of paradise. And we know so much about Amir al-Mu'minin. And as we should, we read La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah Aliyun Waliullah. But you have to remember that it was Imam Husayn alayhi salam who saved this kalima of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah in Karbala. So when he saved this kalima, then it becomes necessary for us to look at his life and see what examples we can take from his life, what his character was like, and apply it to our own life today. These personalities, many people say, why do we need to talk about these personalities? 1400 years ago they came. They're not here anymore. They're not here anymore. They're not here anymore. If we go and delve into Shia theology, they're not here anymore in the sense that you and I can't see them. You and I cannot see them. But even if you were to say they're not here anymore, that's perfectly fine. But does that mean what they stood for? Does that mean the characteristics they had, it also died with them? No. The characteristic of loyalty is not bound by time. The characteristic of being an abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of being a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is not bound by time. The characteristic of being merciful is not bound by time. The characteristic of controlling your anger is not bound by time. These characteristics, as long as humanity exists, as long as time exists, these characteristics will also exist. So when we talk about these personalities who lived 1400 years ago, we talk about them. Why? So we look at their characteristics and we apply those to ourselves. If we're not applying their lifestyle to ourselves, then there's no point in us talking about them. There is no point in us saying that Imam Husayn alayhi salam was born 3rd of Shaban and he was martyred 10th of Muharram. Talking about when they were born, talking about when they were martyred, there's no point if we don't apply what they did in their lifetime to our own lifetime. Because why did they come? They came to teach us. Teach us what? Teach us how to live. To teach us how to live a righteous life. Yesterday, I said, Karbala, when you think about it, Karbala was a battle between two Imams. Two Imams. One Imam, Imam al-Haq, the other Imam, Imam al-Batil. Imam al-Batil. Maybe people, they might not understand this, they might misconstrue this, saying that Yazid was Imam. Yes, he was Imam, but he was Imam al-Batil. Imam al-Haq, they're all sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Battle of Karbala, battle between two Imams, Imam al-Haq and Imam al-Batil. When we say the Battle of Karbala was between Haq and Batil, this is basically what we're saying. But when it comes to Imam Husayn alayhi salam, brothers and sisters, 3rd of Shaban, 4 years after Hijrah, this third light of Imamat came into the house of Fatima to Zahra sallallahu alayha sallallahu Muhammad. But when you look at the narrations about Imam Husayn alayhi salam, we have a narration from Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam who says that before Imam Husayn was born, Ayman, she sees a dream. And for people who don't know who she is, she was the caretaker of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Holy Prophet's father, Abdullah alayhi salam, he passed away, and when his mother, Amina, passed away, the Holy Prophet was raised by his grandfather. Ayma, they say that Ayma was either a servant of the Holy Prophet's mother or she was a servant of the Holy Prophet's father. But after the parents of the Holy Prophet passed away, she became a servant of Hazrat Abdul Muttalib. And the Holy Prophet became in the care of Hazrat Abdul Muttalib. And they say that about her, Hazrat Abdul Muttalib, he used to tell Ayma, he says to her, Ayma, please look after this son of mine very carefully. Why? Because the people of the book, they say or they claim that this child is a prophet. So please look after this son of mine very carefully. And when it comes to Ayma, in the battle of Uhud, they say that she was in the battle of Uhud and she was giving water with some of the other women. She was giving water to the Muslim army. And in this battle, we all know what happened, that there was a cry that came out in this battle that the Holy Prophet had been martyred. When this cry came out, what happened? The Islamic army, the Muslims, they left. They started running away. Narrations state that Ayma, she was at that battle, she was giving water to the Islamic army, and as soon as she saw people running away, she goes to the battlefield. And the people that were running away from that battlefield, she takes dust in her hand, she throws the dust in their face, and she says, you give me your sword, and you take this spindle and go back to Medina. You take this spindle and go back to Medina. What is she basically saying? You all aren't men. Go back to Medina and do what women do. And they say in narrations that Ayma, she took sword, she went to the battlefield, and she was shot with arrows, and she was injured in those battles. SubhanAllah, brothers and sisters, think about this. You have women that are running to the battlefield to protect the Holy Prophet. And you have courageous companions of the Holy Prophet who are running away from the battlefield, who themselves say in their own books that when the fighting got intense, we used to run up the hill like goats. We used to run up the hill like goats. But Imam Jafar Sadiq, he says that before Imam Hussein was born, Ayman, she sees a dream. And in this dream, when she saw this dream, what happened was she started crying and she wasn't able to go to sleep. And when she wasn't able to go to sleep, the neighbors, they heard all the crying. The next day, they come to the Holy Prophet and they say, Ya Rasulullah, Ayma did not sleep last night and we weren't able to sleep as well. When the Holy Prophet heard that Ayma was not able to sleep and she cried all night, he says, where is she? Go bring her to me. When Ayma comes, he asks, Ya Ayma, what caused you to cry last night? Your neighbors came and complained to me saying that you never went to sleep. You didn't go to sleep and all you did was cry last night. What caused you to cry? Ayma, she replies, Ya Rasulullah, I had a very bad dream last night. And it's because of that dream, I was crying all night and I wasn't able to go to sleep. The Holy Prophet, he asked, what was the dream that you have? What was the dream? And she replies, Ya Rasulullah, last night I saw a vision where one of your body parts was thrown into my house. One of your body parts was thrown into my house. The Holy Prophet, he looks at her and he says, Ayma, you cried, but this vision of yours, this dream of yours, is nothing to cry over. This is a very good dream. And she goes, Ya Rasulullah, what do you mean? And she goes, and the Holy Prophet, he says, pretty soon my daughter Fatima will give birth to a son. And you will be the one to bring that son to me. This dream, this part of me that you saw, that was thrown into your house, this is the interpretation of this dream. And the Imam, he says that when Imam Huseini alayhi salam was born, Ayman, Salama, and other wives of the Holy Prophet, they were with Lady Zahra salawatullah alayha. And as soon as the Holy Prophet heard that Imam Huseini alayhi salam had come into this world, the narrations state that the Holy Prophet, he walked very slowly to go to Lady Zahra's house. He walked very slowly, with a heavy heart. And when he stepped into Lady Zahra's house, he starts crying. He starts crying. When he starts crying, Salama, she goes, Ya Rasulullah, this is a very happy occasion. There's a birth in this house. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? If you all ever notice, 3rd of Shaban is the birthday of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But even on that occasion, we can't help but cry for Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam. Even on that occasion. One, the Holy Prophet cried for Imam Husayn alayhi salam when he was born. When they asked, Ya Rasulullah, why are you crying? He tells them that Jibreel had come to me and he had told me that the most wickedest of people of this ummah will martyr this grandson of mine. That's why I'm crying. When they heard this, they too start crying. And when they start crying, the Holy Prophet, he asks, where's Amir al-Mu'mineen? Has Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Ali, have you named this son? And Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, Ya Rasulullah, this is what it means to be a Shia. We claim to be the Shias of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, Ali alayhi salam, he was a Shia of the Holy Prophet. And this is what it means. What does Amir al-Mu'mineen say in reply? He says, Ya Rasulullah, I would never name him before you. I would never name him before you. And the Holy Prophet, he says, Ya Ali, I would never name him before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I would never name him before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And at that moment, Jibreel, he descends and he says, Ya Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala congratulates you and the Ahlul Bayt for this birth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you that Amir al-Mu'mineen to you is as Harun was to Musa alayhi salam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to name this baby the same name that Harun named his second son. The Holy Prophet says, Jibreel, what was the name of Harun's second son? And Jibreel, he says, it was Shabir. Then the Holy Prophet says, Jibreel, our tongue is Arabic. So Jibreel, he says, Ya Rasulullah, name him Husayn. His name will be Husayn. So when after the Holy Prophet named him, the Holy Prophet read the adhan, read the aqama, aqiqah when it needed to be done. This is something everyone needs to keep in mind, brothers and sisters. The way that he was named. Today, I'm sure you're all aware. What kind of names are being given to children today? What kind of names? If you look within the Islamic community, names like Yazid, names like Muawiyah, names like these types of companions. If you look outside of Islam, what kind of names are being given to kids? I kid you not, there was an article I read just the other day. In Sweden, they named their child Hamburger. They named their child Hamburger. These are the type of names that are being given to children. The fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is naming this child Husayn, the way that this name is being given to them. And the fact that the Holy Prophet or Amir al-Mu'mineen says that, look, one of the rights a child has over their parents is that the parents give them a good name. Why? So this name will not be a cause of ridicule for the rest of this child's life. These names that are given, people don't understand that these names have barakah with them. Barakah comes with the name that you have. If you've been given a horrible name, then what barakah will come? You can ask the ulama. The name that every person has, there's barakah attached to it. Just like the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of His names, there's one what? There's one barakah in each name. Rahman, Rahim, all of them. The same way when we're given something and this name, it turns or it becomes part of our identity. This is what the Holy Prophet is telling you. Give them good names. Hassan and Hussein. Hussein, some people say it comes from Hassan. Hassan means what? Good. Don't give names. If you want to give names of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. What's wrong with Ali? What's wrong with Hassan? What's wrong with Hussein? What's wrong with Jafar? There's nothing wrong with them. But if you want to give a name of a companion, then give the name of those companions who can truly be called companions of Rasulullah. Not those who hid hypocrisy within themselves. Not those people who hid hypocrisy. And when you look at the life of Imam Husayn alayhi salam, from when he was a toddler to when the Holy Prophet passed away. How many years did Imam Husayn alayhi salam live with the Holy Prophet? 7 years maximum. 7 years. In those 7 years, you look at the way the Holy Prophet treated Imam Husayn alayhi salam in those 7 years, and you ask yourself one question. After the Holy Prophet left this world, did the Islamic Ummah treat Imam Husayn the same way? Did the Islamic Ummah give the same respect to Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam that the Holy Prophet did? If not, why? Imam Husayn alayhi salam, toddler. The Holy Prophet is praying. He is in sajda, Imam Husayn, he comes and he sits on the back of the Holy Prophet. When he sits on the back of the Holy Prophet, this is something to remember, brothers and sisters. When he sits on the back of the Holy Prophet, Jibreel, he comes down and he says, Ya Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want you to raise your head from the sajda until Husayn gets off it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want you to raise your head until Husayn gets off your back. What is doing sajda? Who is doing sajda, brothers and sisters? Khatamun Anbiya. The last of the prophets. All of prophethood is in this last prophet. So all of prophethood is doing sajda, and Imam Husayn as a toddler is on the back of what? Prophethood. When Imam Husayn is on the back of prophethood itself, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O my prophet, do not pick your head up from this sajda. What is it telling you about the status of Imam Husayn alayhi salam in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What does it tell you? You look at how they treated Imam Husayn afterwards. Did they keep this verse in mind when they came to battle against him in Karbala? When you look at Imam Husayn alayhi salam, from a very young age, he defended Islam. Karbala was defending Islam at its peak. It was at its peak. But when you look at Imam Husayn alayhi salam, the first instance where he defended Islam, do you know how old he was? 5. That's it. And when was this? The day of Mubahila. The day of Mubahila was the first time that Imam Husayn alayhi salam defended Islam. A 5-year-old, has anyone actually questioned, Ya Rasulullah, this is a 5-year-old. What is a 5-year-old doing in Mubahila? He's 5. This is an age where you play and all you do is not worry about stuff like this. No, brothers and sisters, this is even in here, there's a lesson to learn. What is the Holy Prophet saying? He's saying when you teach your youngsters about religion at an early age, they'll defend this religion when the time comes. From an early age. And this is exactly what Imam Husayn alayhi salam did. From an early age. That was the first instance. The second instance was when? When Amir al-Mu'mineen had Khilafat in his hands. The battle of Jamal, Imam Husayn alayhi salam was with Amir al-Mu'mineen, defending Islam. The battle of Nahrawan, when Amir al-Mu'mineen fought against the Khawarij, Imam Husayn alayhi salam was with Amir al-Mu'mineen defending Islam. The battle of Siffin, when Amir al-Mu'mineen was fighting against Muawiyah, where was Imam Husayn alayhi salam? Defending Islam with his father Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. How was he able to do this? Because from a very young age, he was taught about the religion. If you think about it, brothers and sisters, even today, what does science say? When is this human mind, or when is the child's mind able to absorb the most information? How old are they? 5, 6, 7, 8. In these years, a child's mind is like a sponge. It absorbs everything that it's told. And when you look at Imam Husayn alayhi salam, you look at the Aimah alayhi salam, none of them left their children. Yeah, they gave them time to play. But at the same time, they were teaching them about the religion as well. They were teaching them about the religion. If you want to know how much respect the Holy Prophet had for Imam Husayn alayhi salam, the Holy Prophet, he's put Imam Husayn on his shoulders and he's walking around. A companion, he comes and he says to Imam Husayn, Ya Husayn, what a beautiful ride that you have. The Holy Prophet, he looks at his companion, he gets angry because he says, why did you say this? What you should have said is, Ya Rasulullah, what a beautiful rider that you have. What a beautiful rider that you have. This was the respect given to Imam Husayn alayhi salam. Was that the same respect shown to him after the Holy Prophet's demise? If you want to know the characteristics of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam, the characteristic that he's most famous for is what? Patience. He was patient when the Islamic Ummah took away the right of his mother. He was patient when the Islamic Ummah took away the right of his father. He was patient when the Muslims started showering arrows at the bier of his brother Imam Hassan alayhi salam. He was patient until the very last minute when he was slaughtered in the land of Karbala. 1, 2, if you want to know about how patient he was, a Syrian man, he comes to Medina. He comes to Medina and he sees Imam Hussein and he asks him, who are you and who's your father? Imam Hussein al-Islam, he goes, Ana Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib. I'm Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib. As soon as the Syrian man, he hears Ali ibn Abi Talib, he starts cursing Amir al-Mu'mineen. He starts cursing him. And when he starts cursing him, Imam Hussein, he looks at him and he says, oh my brother from Syria, you've come from a far away. Do you need a place to stay? If you do, come to my house. Do you need any food? If you do, I'll give you food. If there's anything that you need, just let me know. I'll be at service to you. How many of us, brothers and sisters, if we were to hear someone curse our father, our mother, how many of us would reply the same way Abu Abdullah did? Not many of us. It's very difficult. Very difficult. This is why it's difficult for us to say we are Shi'as of Amir al-Mu'mineen. We should say that we are Muhib Amir al-Mu'mineen. If we do not walk the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen, it's difficult to say we are Shi'as of Amir al-Mu'mineen. One time, 6 people in the middle of the night, they come to Amir al-Mu'mineen. Amir al-Mu'mineen did not recognize them. And he asked them, who are you? And they said, Ya Ali, we're your Shi'as. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he looks at them and he says, you're my Shia? You don't have any of the markings of my Shia. I don't see any of the markings of my Shia on you. Don't say that you're my Shia. Just say you're someone that has love for me. When you read the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who does He call a Shia? Do you all know? Hazrat Ibrahim is considered to be a Shia. If you read the tafsir of the Quran, most of them, they say that Hazrat Ibrahim was a Shia of who? Before the zikr of Hazrat Ibrahim, in that same surah, the zikr of Hazrat Nuh comes. So most of the Mufassirin, they say that here, Hazrat Ibrahim is a Shia of Hazrat Nuh. A helper of Hazrat Nuh. But in one of our tafsir, Tafsir Burhan, by Sayyid Hashim Bahrani, he has a narration from Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, sallallahu alayhi Muhammad wa alayhi Muhammad. He has narrations from the holy Imams that say that, look, before Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, all of the prophets, they only had 5 names. And with these 5 names, when they used to do dua, it used to be accepted. And these 5 holy names were the 5 of Ahl Kisab. But Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he knew all of the names until Qa'ima ala Muhammad. Because of this, they say that he is a Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen. 1, 2, there's another narration which says that Hazrat Ibrahim, when he looked up into the sky, he saw lights. He saw very bright lights. He asked, Ya Allah, these lights, what are these? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replies to Jibreel, he says that these lights are the Shi'as of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. That's when Hazrat Ibrahim, he prays to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, Ya Allah, make me a Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib also. Make me a Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib also. And when the verse came, and he was a Shia, Tafsir al-Burhan, the Mufassir of Tafsir al-Burhan, he says, by this, it's meant that Hazrat Ibrahim was a Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib al-Islam, not Hazrat Nuh. And you want to look at Imam Hussein, and you want to see how he was treated, tell me, forget justice, was fairness even done with him? Forget justice. Justice is ba'id, justice is far away from us. Was the Islamic Ummah fair with Imam Hussein alayhi salam? 20,000 letters from Kufa. No more than a handful of people go. This is how you show the love for my master Imam Hussein alayhi salam? 20,000 letters and only a handful of people from Kufa go? No. What is this? If you look at Imam Hussein alayhi salam, you look at his mercy, you look at his perseverance, you see that there was no one who matched him in these character traits. When we talk about these personalities, brothers and sisters, we need to take these character traits and apply them to ourselves. You want to know about his kindness? One time, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, they're all going to Hajj. On their way, they get to a place and they had nothing to eat and drink. There was an old lady. They find the old lady's house and they go there. When they go there, they tell her, "Oh lady, oh madam, we're going to Hajj. We're from Medina. We're going to Hajj. We don't have anything with us right now. Please, can you spare something?" So the lady, she looks at them and she says, there's a goat. Go bring that goat, slaughter it and eat it. This lady only had one goat, that's it. They bring the goat, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, Abdullah ibn Jafar. They bring the goat and they slaughter and they eat it. And then they tell the lady, if you're ever in Medina, make sure you come and see us. Make sure you come and see us. When they leave for Hajj, this lady's husband, he comes back by sundown. And when he doesn't see the goat, he asks, "Where's the goat?" And she says, "These 3 travelers, they came, they had nothing to eat, and I gave it to them, and they ate the goat. They slaughtered the goat and they ate it." This man, he gets really angry at her, and he says, that was our only livelihood. And you gave that away? What are we going to eat? What are we going to drink? So he gets mad at her. And what happens? They were Bedouins. They were outside of the city. Within the year, there was drought. And this couple, they had to come into Medina. When they came into Medina, there was nothing for them to do. No work for them to do. So what did they do? The narration states that they were picking up dung from the streets. When they were picking up dung from the streets, Imam Hassan al-Islam, he sees this lady first. And he tells her, "Do you remember who I am?" And she says, "No, I don't. We came to Hajj. We stopped by your place and you offered us the lamb that you had. You offered us the goat that you had. Do you remember now?" And she goes, "Yes, I remember." And he says, "Did I not tell you if you ever come to Medina, come and find us?" And she says, "I forgot." Imam Hassan alayhi salam, he goes back home. He tells his servant, "Go bring that lady to me." When the lady comes, what does Imam Hassan alayhi salam do? He gives her 3,000 goats and 3,000 dinar. And he tells the servant, go take this lady to Imam Hussein. Go take this lady to my brother. When the lady goes, what does Imam Hussein alayhi salam do? He gives the lady 3,000 goats. And he gives the lady 3,000 dinar. Then Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he says, take this lady to Abdullah. They take the lady to Abdullah. What does Abdullah do? He gives 3,000 goats. He gives 3,000 dinars. This was the kindness of Imam Hassan. This was the kindness of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. If you want to know the kindness of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, in the battle of Jamal, after the battle is over, they have prisoners. One of the prisoners, they see Imam Hassan, they see Imam Hussein, they say, Yabna Rasulullah, please ask your father to forgive me and ask your father to release me. Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, they go to Amir al-Mu'mineen, they say, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Falan person has asked us to intercede on his behalf. He promised that he would pay bay'ah. He promised that he would pay allegiance to you. Amir al-Mu'mineen, he says, oh my sons, you all know very well what kind of person he is. You all know very well that he paid allegiance to me before, one time before, and he broke it. You all know that he's not going to be, or he's not going to keep his word. He's not going to keep his promise. And what did these two sons of Amir al-Mu'mineen say? They say, oh father dear, we know who he is. We know what he's done in the past. And we know that he will not keep his promise. But this man, he used us as intermediaries. And we do not want to go back to him empty-handed. We don't want to go back to him empty-handed. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, oh my sons, go. Release him. They go and release this man. Do you all know who this man was? This man was no other than Marwan ibn Hakam lanatullah alayhi. And how does he thank Imam Hassan alayhi salam for being released? By having arrows shot at his casket when he was being taken for burial. This is how you thank someone who's done ihsan to you? How does he show his thankfulness to Imam Hussein alayhi salam? Do you all know? When the word reached to him about Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam being martyred, he says, Shukr alhamdulillah. He does shukr when he hears that Imam Hussein alayhi salam has been martyred. This is how you thank someone that has done ihsan to you. If you want to know about Imam Hussein alayhi salam's ihsan, it's the time of Umrah. Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he's in Mecca. There's a man, all he's doing is he sat down and he's eyeing this woman that's doing tawaf. This woman is doing tawaf and this man becomes infatuated with this woman. He becomes so infatuated that as she's doing tawaf, he starts following her. And when she picks up her hands to do dua, this man, he grasps this woman's hand and the hands, they become glued together. They become glued together. When the governor of Mecca found out what had happened, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. So he found out that Imam Hussein is also there. So he tells Imam Hussein. So when Imam Hussein comes and he finds out what the story is, that this man was infatuated with this woman and he grabbed her hand when she took her hand out for dua, and it's gotten glued together now. When he hears the story, all he does is he raises his hands up for dua. And as soon as the holy Imam had finished his prayer, the two hands, they became unglued. They became unglued. And the governor of Mecca, he looked at Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam, he goes, Ya ibn Rasulullah, what should be the punishment for this man for the crime that he's committed? What should be his punishment? The Imam, he looks at that man, and he looks at the governor, and he goes, nothing, just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Brothers and sisters, do you know how this man thanked Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam? They say that on the day of Ashur, this la'een was in the camp of Yazid lanatullah alayhi. When Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam, after his head had been severed and his body was laying on the floor, and when the people were looting everything that was on Imam Husayn alayhi salam's body, this man, he comes and he sees that Imam Husayn alayhi salam is wearing a ring. He sees that Imam Husayn alayhi salam is wearing a ring. He tries to pull the ring off, but it wouldn't come off. And when the ring wouldn't come off, what does this man do? He severs the finger of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam to take the ring. He severs the finger. And this is how you show the love to Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam. Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulallah. Sallallahu alayka ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Sallallahu alayki ya Siddiqatu Fatima. Sallallahu alayka ya Imam al-Hasan. Sallallahu alayka ya Gharib al-Ghuraba. Ya Aba Abdullah al-Husayn. Ya Husayn. Ya Husayn. Brothers and sisters, Husayn leaves Mecca towards Kufa, and on the 2nd of Muharram, he reaches the land of Karbala. When his horse would not go any further, Husayn dismounts from his horse, picks up the sand from that land, and asks, what is the name of this land? Someone tells him, oh my master, they call this land Karb wa Bala. Oh my master, they call this land the land of pain and sorrow. Husayn starts crying and says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This is the land where our blood will be spilt. This is the land where the women and children will be taken as captive. Husayn asks for the owners of the land, and he is told that the land belongs to the tribe of Banu Asad. Husayn calls them and asks the price of the land. The leaders reply that it is worth 20,000 dinars. Husayn pays them double the price and says, O people, I have given you the money and bought this land. Now I would like to give it back to you for free, but with 2 conditions. They ask Husayn, what are your conditions? Abu Abdullah says, my first condition is that after my companions and I are martyred on this land, the enemy would leave them without a burial. My first condition is that you bury our bodies. They said, Husayn, what is your second wish? Husayn replies that whenever a visitor comes to this place for pilgrimage, for 3 days I would like for you to house them and feed them. The men agree to the conditions, and Husayn tells them to send their women inside. When the ladies of Banu Asad clan come, Husayn tells them, O my mothers, O my sisters, I am the grandson of Rasulullah. I am the son of Fatima Zahra. I request from you that if out of fear from the army of Ibn Ziyad, your men are not able to bury our bodies, you do it for them. The women cry and reply, Ya Husayn, Ya Ibn Rasulallah, will you be martyred here in this land? Husein replies, yes, I will. They ask, will your bodies really be left without a burial? Husein replies, yes, O my sisters, O my mothers, they will be left without a burial. They tell Husein that they will do their best. Then Husein tells the women to send in their children. When the children arrive, Husein tells them, O youngsters of Banu Asad, I am the grandson of Rasulullah. This is my son Ali al-Akbar. I ask you that if your parents are not able to bury your bodies because they are afraid of Ibn Ziyad's army, then please, while you are playing outside in the desert, come near our bodies and just throw some sand over it. Please, this is my wish that I ask you. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Matam Husain.
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے کہاں ہے کربلا والو بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے کہاں ہے کربلا والو ہمیں درکار ہے تھوڑی سی جا ہے کربلا والو بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے کہاں ہے کربلا والو بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے ہے ارادہ ہے اسی جنگل میں اپنا سر بنائیں گے ارادہ ہے اسی جنگل میں اپنا گھر بنائیں گے نہیں تھا عشر اب تم کو جدا ہے کربلا والو بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے والو بلا کر سب کہاں ہے خدا را مرنے والوں کو نہ روکو راہ رہنے دو خدا را مرنے والوں کو نہ روکو راہ رہنے دو مجھے لائی یہاں میری قضائے کربلا والو بلا کر سب نے کہاں ہے بلا والو بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے بلا والو ہم اٹھ جائیں گے جب یہاں سے تو پھر سب چین اٹھائیں گے ہم اٹھ جائیں گے جب یہاں سے تو پھر سب چین اٹھائیں گے بنیں گی یہ خاک شفا ہے کربلا والو بلا کر حضرت نے کہاں ہے بلا کر سب عرضت نے بلا والو محب آئے جو دو باتیں مرد کس کی زیارت کو بتا دینا انہیں میرا پتا ہے کربلا والو بلا کر سا کو حضرت نے ہے کربلا والو بلا کر سب نے کہاں ہے ہماری قبر پر آنا تو بے آنسو بہا جانا ہماری قبر پر آنا تو دو آنسو بہا جانا ملے فرصت تو پر فاتحہ ہے کر بھلا والو بلا کر سا کو حضرت نے کہاں ہے کر بھلا والو بلا کر سب کو حضرت نے کہاں ہے کر بھلا والو یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین سورة المبارکۃ الفاتحہ.
السلام علیکم یا رسول اللہ، السلام علیکم یا فاطمۃ الزہرا، السلام علیکم یا علی المرتضی، السلام علیکم یا حسن المجتبی، السلام علیکم یا حسین الشہید، السلام علیکم یا علی زین العابدین، السلام علیکم یا محمد الباقر، السلام علیکم یا جعفر الصادق، السلام علیکم یا موسیٰ القادم، السلام علیکم یا علی الرضا، السلام علیکم یا محمد تقی، السلام علیکم یا علی النقی، السلام علیکم یا حسن العسکری ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. السلام علیکم یا صاحب الزمان الامان الامان الامان، السلام علیکم یا خلیفۃ الرحمن اجل اللہ تعالی فرجک، السلام علیکم اہل بیت النبوہ جمیعا ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. اللہم کل ولیک حجت ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.